Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome back to Breaking Showbiz. I'm your host, and today we've got a soap opera that's as dramatic as it gets. EastEnders has just dropped a gut-wrenching plot twist that's left us all on the edge of our seats. In a shocking turn of events, fan favorite Nigel Bates was brutally attacked by thugs in Walford. The 75-year-old, who suffers from young-onset dementia, was found for dead on the streets after being left for his last breath. Now, you might be wondering what led up to this tragic scene, but it all started when Phil Mitchell, a close friend of Nigel's, had a breakdown and tried to take his own life. It's no secret that Phil has been struggling with mental health issues, and we can only imagine how traumatic this must have been for him. But as Phil navigated the dark waters of grief, he turned to his pal Linda Carter for support. Little did they know, Nigel was about to meet a similar fate. The poor man couldn't take it anymore, the weight of his own struggles, and the fear that he was becoming too much for those around him. And so, in a heart-wrenching twist, we see Nigel leave Walford behind, leaving behind a heartbreaking note saying goodbye to Phil and everyone else he cares about. It's a devastating turn of events, folks, and one that has left us all feeling utterly shattered. But let's not forget the harsh reality of what happened to Nigel. As we all know, dementia is a cruel disease that affects millions of people worldwide. And while it may seem like a distant problem to some, it's the very real threat hanging over the lives of those affected, including our beloved EastEnders characters. So how do you spot the early signs of dementia? Well, experts say that it often starts with subtle forgetfulness or difficulty recalling conversations. Now, we've all been there at some point, putting your keys in a weird place or struggling to remember what day it is. But when those moments turn into regular occurrences, it might be worth taking notice. The U.S. National Institute on Aging even has a list of normal forgetfulness in old age, like having trouble finding words or recalling recent events. However, as the disease progresses, symptoms can become much more severe. For example, someone with dementia may find themselves putting everyday items in strange places, like the fridge instead of the cupboard. It's heartbreaking to think that Nigel might have been mistaken for being forgetful or struggling with memory loss, when all he needed was a helping hand and some understanding from those around him. As we wait to see if Nigel will ever be found alive again, one thing is certain. His fate serves as a stark reminder of the importance of empathy, compassion, and support for our most vulnerable community members. So, let's take a moment to reflect on how we can make a difference in the lives of those affected by dementia. Whether it's volunteering your time or simply being an understanding ear to someone struggling with memory loss, every little bit counts. That's all for now from Breaking Showbiz. Thanks for tuning in and sharing this emotional story.